It's the BNB Show. Welcome to the BNB Show. I'm your co-host, Brandon McGonnell.
I'm Nate Tressler.
And I'm Benjamin Parker.
And we got an idea for a take. Idea shootout. All it's going to be is you just spit out an idea that's going to happen that week and what you think is going to happen.
First shootout. If you're dumb, then you get shot down. Continue.
First shootout. Odell. Jalen Ramsey. Who wins that matchup?
Jalen Ramsey. He needs to back up all the trash talk he's been speaking in the offseason, make a name for himself, and he's going to do that against one of the best receivers in the league.
I got Odell in that matchup. I think he's got a lot to prove coming off the injury, and I think he's got a breakout season. I think that starts with going against the best corner in the game.
So you have to go with Jalen Ramsey, though, because Jalen Ramsey has all that help in the back with the safeties. Deshaun Gibson coming back. Whoever the hell their other safety is. We can
power.
Let's go. We can edit that out.
All right. What's yours?
Should Le'Veon Bell be traded from the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yes. All he is a liability at this point. You could put any other running back in that position with that offensive line, and he'll do just as good as Le'Veon Bell.
Okay, no. Le'Veon Bell is the best running back in the league. Who has the patience of Le'Veon Bell that can do what they can? Take him out. He doesn't have that patience. Take him out of that offense with the triple Bs. What's going to happen? Nothing. Who they have to back him up? James Conner?
James Conner is going to have a good game against the Browns on Sunday.
But he's not a Le'Veon Bell. He's not that patient. He's not that guy that can catch out of the backfield, run somebody over, and make a miss. Nobody's going to put up the stats like Le'Veon Bell has.
Running back is the most interchangeable position in the league.
Yeah, but nobody's better than Le'Veon Bell at that position. So why are you going to trade him when, hey, just pay him what he wants?
That's where I have to disagree because I think it's too much of a risk going for a long-term contract that's worth way over his price. And with the Steelers' offensive line being one of the greatest in the league, I think that putting James Conner, who was a good backup last year, didn't get too many opportunities, but I think he's got something to prove. And, yeah.
We got to think. All these running backs in the league now are trying to do what Le'Veon Bell is doing right now. They're trying to be that patient like Le'Veon Bell. They're trying to be that receiving back like Le'Veon Bell is. He's the one that set the age of running back that's going through now.
Right. And if another running back could do that at the same level and he doesn't want as much money, then they should do that.
But nobody's going to fit in that system that's not going to be as good as Le'Veon Bell because he made that system over in Pittsburgh.
But if it's
We're done
worth...
with your takes. We're muting you.
You're
All right, go
muting
ahead.
If it's worth getting an equal piece, maybe on the defense, possibly get a linebacker out of that, a middle linebacker, because you know the Steelers' middle linebacker core is not the greatest in the NFL, especially with Ryan Shazier out now. It's worth giving it a shot at least, because having the offensive line they have, it really isn't as much of how great the running back is itself because of the offensive line as in because, I don't know, I'm saying fucking Jesus. I don't know where that was
Think
going.
about this. Big Ben's not going to be lasting there much longer, so why not have Big Ben that option of Le'Veon Bell, then give Mason Rudolph, their young quarterback who thinks going to be that guy, somebody like Le'Veon Bell who can help him out in his young years and just do all that for him.
You're not seeing the point, though. You can put another running back in with that offensive line who's younger and could grow with Mason Rudolph.
But the problem is he as good as Le'Veon Bell? That's what I'm trying to get at.
He could be.
He could be.
Hot
Is he?
take. Hot take. Ready?
Yeah.
Coach Gruden, Oakland's already on the hot seat.
I agree.
I don't. He hasn't even played a game yet. How are you
But look
going
what
to
happened with Khalil Mack's situation.
Okay.
They would not pay him, so they lost him, and he could be, like, we were talking before the show. Who'd you say he'd be the next great who?
Lawrence Taylor.
So why not pay him like that?
See, this is where I'm not going to address that. That made me mad. I don't want to address that and make me mad. But but this is what I'm going at. Derek Carr hasn't been the same since he got that injury. Coach Gruden is that QB mind. What do you think he's going to do what do you think he's going to do to help Derek Carr? That's what I'm saying. Give him a year, see what he does with Derek Carr. Say Derek Carr struggles. Okay. Do something about it. he needs to help Derek Carr. That's the one thing that's the one thing that struggled with that Oakland offense is Derek Carr wasn't Derek Carr.
I'm going to listen to the one that agreed with me. What do you say?
I think that the coaching situation in Oakland is kind of controversial considering him being signed to, I believe it was a 10-year, $100 million deal for a head coach,
money.
somebody that's not even on the field. And think this, he hasn't even coached in the last 10, 12 years. I don't believe that it was worth giving up Khalil Mack because they don't have enough money in the cap room. I believe they lost that trade, obviously. I think everybody can agree with me on that. But because they don't have the cap space to sign him, but they're busy paying their head coach over $100 million, whatever the contract is. But I don't think it's worth it considering the coach, John Gruden, hasn't been coaching in over 10-something years.
And this is the pattern that Oakland's always shown is they've gotten talent through the draft, didn't want to pay them, so who do they end up with? A washed-up Michael Crabtree?
What I'm
Is
getting,
that who's going to carry you to the playoffs?
the vibe I'm getting from the Raiders is they don't care about the defensive line, as in they are so worried about paying Derek Carr and Amari Cooper, and then just recently John Gruden. And that doesn't make sense to me because they had priorities such as Khalil Mack, which I think they missed out on big time because he's one of the biggest playmakers in the game on that side of the ball. And I think that's where they really messed up at.
And watch, they're not even going to get a good pick for it because if Khalil Mack performs the way he can with the Bears, they're not going to get a good draft pick.
And the Raiders also gave up a second-round pick, which doesn't help their case either.
Not at all.
That's it for Hot Takes, boy!
So since I'm the only one at the table wearing a rookie jersey, I'm going to start with Brandon. Who do you think is going to be the offensive rookie of the year?
Sam Darnold, my man in New York, from the University of Southern California, Sam the man. Nate, who do you got?
I mean, I'm going to hop on the bandwagon and say Saquon Barkley, just because he's a great running back from Penn State, and I think he's going to do big numbers, especially with the receiving core he's got.
He's going to do big numbers. That's all you
With
need to
the
know.
receiving core he's got.
Yeah.
He's going to do big numbers.
Saquon Barkley,
Yeah.
the running back. Hot take, all right. Nationally, I'll go with Baker Mayfield right here, my man, but he's not going to play his rookie season. So I'm going to jump on Nate's bandwagon and say Saquon Barkley.
Why? Because he's a great receiving core. He's going to do the numbers.
No, he's got talent. He's got speed. I mean, to me, he reminds me of Le'Veon Bell in a way. Like we were talking about first segment when you said no one could replace
Le'Veon Bell.
Saquon Barkley can easily. Probably be more talented. But your choice of Sam Darnold is probably the coldest take I've heard.
Are you stupid? How about defense? Throw that on the table this time.
Defense, I'm starting with Brantley Chubb. Brantley Chubb is fast. He's going to be a good on the pass rush.
I mean, this is a hot take right here, and I got my one-handed man, Shaquem Griffin. He's getting the start week one. Week one, Seattle, linebacker. You know how it is.
I'll give you a hand on that one. Pretty bold prediction.
Okay, cut. We can't put that in our video.
Yes, we can.
We can't put Ben's line in that video.
All
But
right,
I'm
we'll
going to go...
We'll cut it at the offense part, okay?
But I'm going to go with my man out of Florida State. I want to say he's my man. I just kind of like him. Derwin James. I think he got drafted way too low. He should have been a top 10 pick.
So after your cold take is Sam Darnold, offensive rookie of the year, who do you think is going to be the defensive rookie of the year?
Got drafted way too low. Out of Florida State, safety, Derwin James.
You got to stop talking about this guy.
Why? He can play any position at the DB level. He can play as a nickel corner. He can play as a corner. He can play both the safety positions. He's a hit stick. Derwin James, rookie of the year. Heard it here first.
All right, Nate, try not to make my ears bleed. Your turn.
I'm going to have to go with the sleeper. Everybody knows who he is. Shaquem Griffin. He plays for the Seattle Seahawks. He's getting to start week 1. You know what that means?
You do.
He's coming in and he's going to play with a lot of passion. And he's going to come in and he's going to be great.
So you're talking my pick then. Who you got?
Brantley Chubb,
Kind of think on generic.
defensive end. Shut up, defensive end. He's gonna blow this league up. You heard it here first. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
You mean the
No
guy
doubt.
that should have gone number 4?
What are you talking about?
He should have gone number 4. I'm telling
Denzel
you.
Ward's a better fit with Cleveland than Brantley Chubb would have been.
But could you imagine Myles Garrett and Bradley Chubb on the same team with Jamie Collins, with
we have
Christian
that going
Kirksey?
on down in Houston right now. If you really think about it, J.J. Watt and Javion Clowney.
Yeah, but that's not in Cleveland though.
Done.
We gotta do bust.
All right.
Yeah, cut that. Wait,
Cut
you guys
that.
have to think. You guys have to think about.
All right. We said our offense and defensive Rookie of the Year. Now, who do you guys think the rookie bust is going to be this year?
I'll let you go, Ben.
You're gonna let me go?
I'll let you go.
All right, Josh Rosen, UCLA.
Why?
He didn't show any major things to me in college that show he's going to be a good pro quarterback.
Do I go last? Nate, who you got?
I got the wrongful pick, Denzel Ward, number 4. I don't think that he
You're
should
just
have
saying
went
that because
that.
you're wearing a Steelers jersey.
That's
Get
not
outta
true
here.
at all. I don't think he should have went number 4. I think Bradley Chubb should have went. I think a lot of people thought that, but I mean, I think maybe over time he has a chance to be average corner, but I don't think that he's going to be anything special. Definitely not worthy of the 4th pick overall.
So DBU doesn't mean anything to you?
Exactly.
Doesn't mean anything.
I said what I said.
But you know what, Ben? You went with the wrong Josh here, buddy. Josh Allen is a bust. What does he have other than arm strength? He doesn't have any talent over in Buffalo other than Charles Clay.
He's made progress in his game from the time he started training camp till now.
Okay.
Okay.
So is Rosen. And Rosen right now is going to be, in my opinion, other than Darnold, the other quarterback that can start in this league off the get-go. He's the second most NFL-ready quarterback out of all these rookies.
Man, I don't see it. I don't know what.
I don't know what you're seeing with Josh Allen, this almighty guy from Wyoming, but what does he have other than
Okay,
arm strength?
maybe he's not ready to start right away, but he's the type of player and the type of he's tall,
Okay.
he's big.
Okay.
Reminds a lot of people of
So is Jamarcus.
Mr. Ben Roethlisberger.
So
over
is
here.
Jamarcus Russell. He was tall and big and ran everybody. Ben Roethlisberger. What happened there?
Cool take.
Okay, stop.
Stop it.
Stop.
What are you doing, bro? You can't do.
All right. So in this segment, we're going to talk about Super Bowl predictions, and I'm going to start with Mr. Hot Take himself over there. See what he has to pull out.
They call me Mr. Hot Take, so I got another hot take for you. Out of the NFC, we got the Rams coming out with that new Julified defense. And out of the AFC, this is my hot take. The NFC wasn't that big of a hot take.
No.
The AFC, coming out of the AFC is Chargers. With that young, great defense, with that offensive wide receiver, with that wide receiver core, who in my opinion is going to be a top 10 wide receiver core this year. Phillip Rivers is still Phillip Rivers. I don't think he's going to slow down for another 2 years. Okay, who's your playoff prediction, Nate?
Out of the NFC, I got the New Orleans Saints. They got a good offense. They got Drew Brees coming back, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They got Alvin Kamara, one of the best rookies out of the class last year. They got Michael Thomas, upcoming receiver, going to be one of the best in the league in the next few years, if not already one of the best. And then the defense is looking pretty good. And then out of the AFC, I have to go with the Steelers. Why? They have the best offense in the game. That's not biased.
It's not
Because
facts either.
they have one of the best quarterbacks, regardless of what anybody says about Big Ben.
I'll give you that.
He wants to play at least 3 more years. He's ready. He's looking for all the revenge, especially from the Jalen Ramsey comments about him being washed. They got Le'Veon Bell, who, regardless of him not playing week 1 or however long that lasts, he's going to return this season. He's going to come back and he's going to be Le'Veon Bell.
for
And
a different
obviously,
team, right?
they got the best receiver in the league, Antonio Brown. They got Juju Smith. They got a good young defense. They took a hit with Ryan Shazier, but they got a replacement, John Bostic, in that inside linebacker core. They got Terrell Edmonds in the first round, a good young safety, can also play inside linebacker. And they got Joe Hayden, Artie Burns, Mike Hill in, all good young cornerbacks. So those are my picks.
So for once, I'm going to have to agree with Brandon on the Rams making the Super Bowl. I feel like they have weapons on both sides of the ball that could lead them through the NFC. Hot take, actually. I'm going to take your fire a little bit. I'm going to say AFC is going to be Jacksonville Jaguars. All right? Defense wins championships. That's all I'm going to say.
Can agree with that.
Okay. Not a good quarterback, but I can agree with that.
Oh, below average, but
Yeah. Quarterbacks wins championships.
defense
too.
wins championships.
Quarterback helps.
Yeah, Chargers are
A little
looking
bit.
forward. Cut.
Well, we just had our fantasy draft, 30 minutes ago, you think?
Yeah, about.
Who is your overhyped and underhyped players that you think were on that fantasy board?
Overhyped player, I'd have to go with Le'Veon Bell. All right? He was top 3 most people's draft. Not playing week 1, that's been confirmed.
Yep.
He's going to hold out on a contract until he gets big money. And who knows when that's going to be. He might not even play your fantasy season. So I feel like people that are wasting even a first-round pick on him are just, they're obviously going to lose their league. That's a hot take right there.
I can see that.
My overhyped player pick would have to be Dalvin Cook. He had a decent, actually he had an above average season for the games he played. I think he played pretty well. Because I'm not gonna lie, I had him on my team. I did a trade. I don't remember who I traded for him, but I remember I had a trade.
It was me.
And
Remember that Odell Mike Evans trade?
I do actually. Yeah.
Dalvin Cook was in that trade. Dang.
But he was playing good. He was putting up good numbers. At first, I thought he was going to win. He was at least a candidate for Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. But it was ACL tear, right? If I'm
ACL
correct?
tear.
Yeah. Running backs that come off of ACL, injuries, MCL, anything in the knee, it's not good. Running back careers are already short enough. I think this is a big hit. I don't think you should be wasting a top pick for him.
Mine's Saquon Barkley. We're all going running backs. Clean running backs week.
These are good.
But I think Saquon Barkley is overhyped for now. The for now part is he's a rookie.
Boy, hasn't
he's-
even played a game.
He hasn't even played a game, and he's already the 6th best player on everybody's on the fantasy board. I mean, second round I can see you drafting him, but I would never draft a rookie running back in the first round. I wouldn't have drafted Zeke. I won't draft Saquon. I wouldn't have drafted Melvin Gordon or Todd Gurley when they were in the draft board. I'm not drafting Saquon first round.
Thank God you didn't draft Trent Richardson his rookie season either.
True.
All right, now I'm going to start with you on this one. Most underrated player.
Underrated player. This is a good one. Josh Gordon. He's coming back, and look what he did last year with a crappy quarterback. He's open all the time. He doesn't have a quarterback to pass him. He didn't have a quarterback last year to pass him the ball. Now give him Tyrod Taylor, who, in my opinion, is a top five quarterback in accuracy. He doesn't make mistakes. He's just that quarterback that can give Josh Gordon the ball and get him where he needs to be. Nate?
My pick for underrated player of the draft would have to be Pierre Garçon.
Oh,
Plays for. Listen,
If I
hear
can
me out.
hear about this guy anymore, I swear.
Hear me out. 49ers, number 1 wide receiver on the team. Why did I pick him? Jimmy Garoppolo. He's got himself to prove. He's going to have a great target in him. Honestly, he hasn't had a quarterback. So who's throwing him the ball? A bunch of hot garbage. Until now, Jimmy Garoppolo went 5-0 last year in his first 5 games. I think his number 1 target, I think it's going to be great.
Okay, Ben, who's your underhyped player?
You know what? After hearing him talk about Pierre Garçon, I'm not going to say he's my most underrated player, but gave me a reason to consider drafting him.
Too bad I drafted him.
I know. Underrated. This is biased, but I'm going to go with Duke Johnson. All right. You have those receivers out there, right? You talked about Josh Gordon. Okay. Opening it up. Get you a running back that could swing up from the backfield. Catch the ball, run the ball effectively.
But my problem with that is, he's the second string.
Not even. He's the third string. They got Nick Chubb ahead of him.
But you can still put him at receiver.
Okay,
Slot.
but how are they going to manage 3 different running backs and Duke Johnson still be that effective?
Slot receiver.
Father God, I just wanna live life. Lamborghini loud pipes. Remember all the trial nights. Pull up in the Poltergeist. 100,000 on me, yikes.
They haven't heard my spiel about Jarvis.
We can save that for
I'm
another
saying,
time.
Duke Johnson.
Another time.
Duke Johnson, you guys are sleeping on him. He's going to be a top 10 running back this year. Hot.
All right, that was the BNB Show. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. I'm Brandon. This is Nate. That's Ben. And what else you got there, Nate?
Make sure to check out Prestige. Lots of great deals. Good streetwear.
Let's get a shout out to our cameraman over here. His name
Bring
is
it on out
Jacob.
here.
We like to call him Freddie.
From
My
iCarly.
man, Freddie.
There he is. And we are out of here.